All right, all right, all right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. It's the artist Andrew speaking, and we are live streaming. And once again, you're joining me for the Hero Hour. Let's double check and make sure the volumes are working good. Oh, gosh, I bet you I forgot to put it on my headphones. I did. Okay, there we go. All right. Volumes are working good. All right, very good, very good. Hey, Richard, how's it going? I said, we'll be starting in just a few minutes. He says, good to hear that, Andrew. Just sitting here whistling Dixie, minding my own business, listening to crickets and watching the tides roll away. Oh, very nice. All right. Well, what happened is I got all set up, sat down, and then I realized, crap, I forgot something. So I had to get up anyway. But tonight we're going to work on some sketches. And I have a brand new pad of paper specifically for this endeavor. And I'm going to cut a couple of pieces in half in order to make this is a 9 by 12 pad, and we'll be cutting them in half, so they'll be 6 by 9. It says, how you doing, buddy? Not too bad, not too bad. Why is the stream clocking right now? Uh-oh. I don't know if anybody can hear me at all. Let me refresh the stream. I don't know if anybody can hear. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. I don't know. For some reason, everything just started clocking. Maybe somebody decided to report me again. That could happen. All right. I'm just going to mark these. And what I'm working on is I've got a plan to put some mystery packs in the store of comics and to slide an original sketch in them. All right, very good. Thank you, Richard. Very good, very good. So that when you buy this pack of comics, you also get an original sketch as well. And I'm going to work on a couple of sketches for that particular purpose. I'll probably do some while I'm in the store, but I figured I might get some started while on stream. That's usually how it works. And I'll throw it out to anybody. Richard, you got any favorite characters of yours I could do a sketch of or give a shot to? It's been so long since I've done anything other than hero characters that it may take me a little while to get into the swing of things. But it's all right. That's what happens. Now, I did send out the invite to some people. You know, the usual rabble rousers. We'll see if anybody can join. But let's see here. I did want to look up something really quick. Collection. I've got a whole bunch of old sketches. Maybe check out for inspiration. That's not what I'm looking for. Oops, somebody's here. Let's see who's in. It was Kodiak. For some reason, it popped up that he was here, and then it said, your guest will have to connect to the internet before he can join. Whatever's going on, he's having issues, but hopefully he'll come back in. Richard says, man, you need to hire someone to do the online store. I like pretty much everything you've done, Andrew. Oh, that's so nice. I wish I had time to maintain that online store, but to be honest, between my day job, the store on the weekend, doing the books, the YouTube channel, I don't have time to maintain an online store. But it is something I'm in talks about getting some help with. So that may definitely be something we work on. No guarantee, but I'm actually in talks with somebody to help me do some stuff, not only in the store, but just in general. Let's see what we got here. Where are all those previous sketches I did? What did I save it under? New Art 2016. Was that it? Nope. I'm specifically looking for something that I did. Here we go. I think that's what I'm looking for. All right. Now we're getting started. Richard says, only sounds like you're doing about 16 hours a day, Andrew. Remember that there are 24 hours in a day. You're absolutely right there, Richard. You're absolutely right. If only life was so easy. All right, Kodiak, if you're still out there, man, you're more than welcome to rejoin. We'll see. All right. I actually know somebody. I know somebody who comes to the store who's a fan of Groot, and I draw this sketch of Groot for her, but she's not into comics. But that's okay. Groot and Rocket were very popular sketch requests a couple years ago, especially when the movies came out, and I always enjoyed drawing them. I really liked Scotty Young's version of Rocket and Groot. Actually, Rocket was more of my design, but oh wait, here we got Kodiak again. Yo. What's up, man? Hello. Oh, I can barely hear you. You plugged into the right microphone?
Damn it. I just moved my desk and my computer around. You know how much crap that gives me.
Yeah, I understand that completely.
I'll probably have to back out in order for the right one to come up.
Okay. Well, please do, because I miss you. All right, he left again. Now he's back. Let's see if we can get him in here.
Groot.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now perfectly. Hey, Nighthawk Warrior, how you doing? He says, what are you drawing? I'm trying to draw an image of Groot. Baby Groot.
Seen Nighthawk Warrior earlier, which reminds me, I got my Gunship Thunder Punch today. That was cool. I actually got double. It was rubber band together because the mail lady. I got Graveyard Shift and Gunship today in the mail, so that was pretty dope.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
And I'm telling you, both those books are great looking books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
So what are we into tonight?
Well, I've got this plan to do mystery bundle packs for the store. And one of the things I thought about adding to them is an original sketch in each one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on some original sketches to go in the bundle sets. So
you're like the Willy Wonka of comic books. You don't care about the money. You care about the chocolate.
That's actually very true. Very true.
I noticed that about you. You're doing the comic book store because of your love of comics, not because you want to like it's not even your love of creating comics while you're doing the store. That's something else. It's your love of collecting comics and sharing that interest with other people. That's the comic book store.
Yeah, that's a lot to do with it. Well, I had some people come in this weekend who were looking at buying some of the Lego minifigs that I have, and I sell them like pretty cheap, sometimes cheaper than if you went to the store and bought them, because I find good ways to get them on sale. So it's okay. And one of the things I was telling the guy is I'd rather sell a fig to somebody who's trying to complete their own set than to try to make a whole bunch of money off them, you know?
Yeah.
Because I had one guy who had gone into one of the other stores at the flea market and found a whole bunch of figures that he wanted, and the person was charging like $10 a piece for them, and was telling him how, oh, this one's a rare one, you could only find it in this set, and this one's this. And I'm like, mine are 3 for $10, and I had a sale recently where they were 3 for $9. So I mean, yeah, you could go there and get that limited edition, really hard to find, and who knows if it really is limited and hard to find.
Yeah.
You know, you got to take the person's word for it, and you know. But if you're trying to complete a set and I have something you need, you know, you can get it cheap. I don't know. I just like helping people complete their sets, mainly because I know how hard it is to do it. So what's new and happening with you, man? Other than getting some cool comics in the mail,
Not much. That's pretty much it.
how's life treating you?
That's it. Not much else.
Oh, I made a really funny joke. I told my dad and my mom, who's, you know, she's not a fan of the current political atmosphere, in the fact that she's a hardcore liberal Democrat.
Yeah.
And I made a joke, and my dad was going to bust up laughing. And my mom was like, Andrew, you are just so wrong. So that usually means I did a good job.
Yeah.
But I told it to my mother-in-law today, and she almost fell out of her chair. She was laughing so hard. So I'll tell you the joke if you want to hear it.
Oh yeah. You
Okay.
know it.
All right. Wait a minute. Let me address.
Remember I'm an ex-Democrat myself.
Yeah, let me address the chat just so I can make sure I'm up to date. Nighthawk Warrior says, hi, Kodiak. Richard
Hey,
says,
Nighthawk.
not enough fur on Groot, Andrew. I'm working on it. Just what I was thinking, Nighthawk. And it says, oh, okay, Richard. Groot is odd looking. He is. Well, I particularly like I like Scotty Young's version of Groot, especially Baby Groot, and that's kind of what I base my version of him off of. So I kind of it's more of a really sketchy, animated looking style more than anything, and I kind of like that version. I like that better than the the more menacing looking Groot.
Does Groot menace? Does he?
He does. You remember in the movie where he got all mean and nasty, especially the older version of him says,
Groot. I am Groot.
this great looks more like Marvel's Howard the Duck. I like the Groot Howard the Duck mashup. Agree, Nighthawk. Very cool. Okay, so here's my joke.
I am Kodiak.
So here's my joke. Now that I'm caught up in the chat, I told my dad, it says, there's one positive thing to all these, crazy liberal socialists that are tearing down monuments and so forth. One positive thing is they're making room for all the Trump memorials and statues.
Wah, 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 wah.
It's so true, though.
Yeah.
So needless to say, my mom did not appreciate that, but I had a lot of fun with that one.
What you should have said, and would have been funny if your mom's a Democrat, is like, yeah, I heard they're tearing down all the Democrat statues. That would have been funny. See? Now, next time, call Kodiak. Run the joke through Kodiak. No.
Yeah, but the funny thing is they actually are.
Yeah, I know.
Believe
me, I know. That's why I'm always like, when some, I don't know, not to get too political. That's why I don't care about those. I care about the George Washington ones. I care about the Abraham Lincoln ones. That's the ones that I'm like, I knew when they started tearing down monuments, they were going to get to that,
Yep. Yep.
If they could get to the Statue of Liberty, she'd be next. Isn't that ironic? I never even thought of that until just this second. It's kind of it would be one hell of a statement if they did do that to prove that it's not what they want.
Well, I got a question for you,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been thinking about this recently because a lot of people are talking about it, and they're talking about what's going to happen if this all leads to another civil war. Okay. Now, it's not something that's right around the corner, but a lot of people are saying if something's going to happen, it might be within the next 6 to 10 years, because a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, a lot of the stuff that's bad isn't going to stop. It's not going to stop overnight. It's going to take dramatic action for something to take place to have it stop. And my thought would be, it wouldn't be a state versus state thing, We wouldn't have another. It would be factions within every state that would be at war with each other. So it's not like South Carolina is going to go to war with New York and all. It's going to be people in those states going to war with other people in those states.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, my job's over. My job's screwed, because my company works with doctors in New York, and that place would become a hellhole overnight, So I don't know.
What process would the president have to do in order to say the chopper Chaz or whatever to send the military in? Because that would be virtually,
I think he can do it, but
does he want to?
No, I think there's states have independence, the states are not completely controlled by the federal government. So the federal government can't just do certain things, You can I don't know. It always reminds me, there was a West Wing episode in which it was like right before Christmas or right before Thanksgiving, and there were attacks happening on churches, and the president wanted to send in the military, and the people that were, the governor and all was like, you can't do that. You can't just send the military in. And then at the end of the episode, what they found out that it was an organized attempt by some type of radical racist group or whatever. And once that happened, it became like a federal thing. And the president was shaking hands with the governor and says, tell your people you have no control now. It's now a federal thing. We're sending in the military. Yeah. And it wasn't like an automatic thing. There had to be levers that had to be pushed, or buttons pushed and levers pulled. I think that's the expression, in order for the government, or in order for the federal government to step in and do something,
Well, about a month ago during the coronavirus, they came out with this thing that they said, pointing out that TikTok was owned by high-ranking Chinese officials, right?
Right.
Companies, right?
Yeah.
And then they buried the now we all know it, we all heard it. What's heard cannot be unheard, but they buried it. Did you hear it a week later? No, you didn't. The story died. It's kind of funny that it was TikTok organized to break up Trump rallies. You know what I mean? And there's little things. Now that's by itself, that's not much. But over the past year, I think you're not looking at civil war. I think you're looking at break, divide, and we will conquer. And it's not our government. At this point, I'm starting to it is. There's certain high-ranking officials that are probably, who knows how deep the deep state goes, and how much it's actually another country involved in our politics. That's
I gotcha.
It's getting too weird not to be something heavier than we was thinking at first,
I say Richard says, hey, he can do it, Kodiak, but he smells a trap, as they will finally have proof that POTUS is a tyrant. Smells.
Right. Right,
It's called the Insurrection Act. I think that's you had mentioned it when we were talking about Chaz versus Chop,
Yeah.
how they changed their name because it might have been there may have been legal reasons for it, and I've heard that as well. So
yeah, they definitely trying to get some. They're setting up so many dominoes. We might be seeing some of them fall right now, but who's to know what's next? You know.
So what do you think? If you bought a pack of 15 comics and you got this sketch of Groot in it, would you be happy?
Let me click back over. I was trying to get to the chat, but you took care of that. So is it like Kid Groot?
Yeah,
It
it's
looks like
just
Kid
kind of a fun sketch of Groot.
Cool.
You know. Oh, the other one that I was going to work on tonight maybe is damn, where did I do with all my pre-sketches that I did? I did one of Baby Yoda that I thought was cute. I was going to work on that one.
I think you're the only man I know that uses the term cute and Baby Yoda in the same sentence. No, I'm just kidding. Where am I? He got mad and left me to the show, you folks. It is now the Kodiak Owl. I think he may have pulled.
Oh, sorry. I reached over and yanked the. Oh, you had mentioned the cute thing. I wanted to show you. I got something for a potential Peep Show episode. Unicorn cakes, sparkling strawberries from Little Debbie.
That looks like unicorn turds.
What?
It looks like unicorn turds.
Well, if that's what unicorn turds look like, I'm looking forward to digging in there.
Oh God!
Yeah. Where did all those sketches go?
Oh wow! I'm speechless. You know how hard it is to render me speechless?
Dude, I am fairly certain I can do it easily. I haven't a clue what happened with that Baby Yoda sketch, so I'm going to have to start a fresh one. Nighthawk Warrior says, what is that?
So,
do a sketch that has Baby Yoda suckling on a Twi'lek. That would be so cool. Actually, you know what?
Oh, wow.
My daughter's name is Ayla, which is... it was not based on Ayla Sakura from Star Wars. It was actually based on Ayla from the book Clan of the Cave Bear.
Oh yeah.
But what's so funny is I've actually seen her name and have other people pronounce it Ayla because it only has one A, where Ayla Sakura has two A's.
Yeah.
But whether it was intended to be Ayla or not, we call her Ayla, and it's Ayla. And somebody said, "Ooh, is that based on Star Wars?" I said, "No, regrettably, it was not. I did not give her name." So,
man, it's been forever since I've seen that. I was a kid when I seen that movie last.
Richard says, "I had those unicorn turds, and they're pretty tasty."
I'm surprised that book hasn't been canceled.
Which one?
Clan of the Cave Bear.
Why would it be canceled?
I don't know. Maybe the rape scenes?
Oh, well.
I know it's all a part of her hero's journey, if you will, or her, journey. But they don't get that. They don't understand struggle. Spoiled brats in the streets with Molotov cocktails and masks on. Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Tara just got word that they're on mandatory mask wearing now, even though they're in Jacksonville. But Tampa citywide, now you can get like a $200 fine if you don't wear a mask in public.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, well, it frustrates me. I can't wear them. She's getting badly dehydrated constantly, and she's already had almost like severe not hot flashes. She's too young for that. What is it called? Heat stroke.
Heat stroke, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's already too thick to breathe here in Florida. It's already, moist, if you will. and now
Yeah.
she's got to breathe through that damn mask.
Now, I never had heat stroke before, but I did do something when I was younger. I went up to Rhode Island and hung out with my cousin for the summer. And one of the things he was getting into was playing tennis. So we went to the tennis court often. And I remember there was one day where we had gotten so hot and so exhausted. I was standing there and my knees locked into place and I couldn't move. And
Yeah.
that was painful. And all I remember is just not being able to move and kind of slightly freaking out because my knees locked and it's the scariest thing. But it was heat and not drinking enough.
Yeah, I was a rookie at a basically it was roofing and I did my share of it, but I was mostly a helper, you know?
Oh, geez,
But,
roofing. God,
Yeah.
that
Oh
yeah.
yeah. And I had went in the middle of the day to the blue office, the
Mhm.
pooper.
Yeah.
And I remember walking out of the blue office of the porta potty
Mhm.
and looking up, and almost the entire crew, like that's what it seemed like. It was probably 2 or 3 men, but it just like all of a sudden just running at me. And I'm like, what the woo? And the whole world just spun, did a loop. And next thing I knew, my head was under the faucet with all the guys like pouring like buckets of ice on me.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, yeah, that was crazy. I didn't last too long on that job.
The fact that they came running to your aid means they've probably seen that before.
Yeah, well, they had a thing. You don't go to the port. They knew better. Yeah.
Why didn't they warn you?
Fucking, who knows?
Bastard.
Why didn't they? Maybe it was a conspiracy. I don't know. Everything else is. Shit, that don't. Oh, that is a finger. That's not a thumb, or is it a thumb? It might be a thumb. It looks like a finger now, and it works. We'll go with that.
What?
I'm drawing.
Oh, okay. You were talking about what I was drawing. Or as Avery would say, Andrew, there are other people in this world.
Exactly.
So what's new and happening in the world of Kodiak? Anything good?
Not really. We went to
Ginny Springs.
yeah. I told that story already.
Yeah, you told us.
Like
already.
where there's like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't help that I've had a sore throat ever since.
Did you catch the corona somehow?
No, I've been like drinking pots of coffee, and I think I'm just doing too much coffee, and it's closing off my throat. Literally, like I drink at least 2 pots of coffee a day. So, and one of the things that drinking too much coffee will do is close your throat up. So,
I want to know. I've never drank coffee.
you've like ever?
No, I don't drink coffee.
But you've drank it before though, right?
I have had cold coffees, like those Starbucks ones you get at a gas station. Like if you're like on a road trip or something.
Yeah,
I've gotten those before.
I drink.
But
Yeah, I only drink cold coffee. That or 5-hour energy.
I've been told those are not good for you.
Yeah, you think?
Well, I am so happy. I got confirmation from both my friend in Atlanta and my friend in North Carolina, and I will be going on a road trip very, very soon to go to these places to pick up some comics and some other stuff that these guys are offering me, and so I'm going to be picking up some new collections for the store, and it should be fun.
I would call this one the Simpsons version of Yoda.
Kind of has a Simpson look to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it really all depends on the reference that I'm looking at. Like the reference I'm looking at right now, I think is a doll. So, I mean,
You're not supposed to tell people what's behind the curtain.
oh no, I have no problem doing that.
We're not looking at reference right now.
Yeah, we're just pulling this right out of our asses. Yeah.
Unless you're the FBI, I am not telling you about my references. I swear, officer. I'm an artist. All that stuff is for reference.
Oh, I went to the comic book store this evening, and what's so funny is I started going through the boxes that I went through initially last week, and I'm finding new stuff in there. And I think what happened is, in between me going from box to box, they refilled some of the boxes. So, I'm very happy about that.
Over at our spot?
Yep. Our spot.
Yeah, you didn't notice that, did you?
It's our secret meeting place.
Yeah. Hey, don't tell anybody.
Well, I mean,
especially where your wife can hear you. Jeez.
She can't hear me. I'm in my office now.
Doesn't it feel good? Like I have a nice office, but it's right connected to the living room, like in this amphitheater like thing. So that sucks.
Oh yeah.
But it must be nice to have peace and quiet. You can hear my son exploding in the background, can't you?
I can hear something. What's he doing?
He's going. I think
Why?
because the aliens are invading, I guess. It might be zombies this week.
Oh, okay. All right, Kodiak, you'll have to pay attention to the chat. Do you see what's going on? Is there anything there that I'm missing out on?
Yeah, Richard called you a big dumbass.
Oh, okay. Hey, Ahmed's here. Hey, Ahmed, how's it going? Hey, Ahmed, missed you this weekend, man.
Richard's going to be like, hey. Ass.
That's not what I said. I called him a... No, I'm just kidding. Ugh. All right.
I've been working on this cover way too freaking long. I like the way it looks, I guess. It's got the same vibe as the Elliot cover, but still. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wasn't he doing something for you at some point?
Yeah, he did it. He finished it.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just like...
Now, has he sent you the original or just sent you...
Just the digital.
Oh, okay. Are you getting the original?
There is no original. He just did it digital.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that stinks. No, I mean, it might be okay for some people, but I like to have art in my hand, you know.
Well, my whole book is digital, so I'm not really worried about that. But I tell you one thing. If I ever do, like, get it to where I can afford to pay an artist, I will respect that artist so much because I haven't doing it the first one myself. You know, I think now don't quote me on this, but I think the alcohol just got here. Kodiak, you're about to hear Kodiak go back on the wagon, or is that off the wagon? I'm pretty sure I fell off the wagon.
Yeah, I think it's off the wagon when you start drinking again.
Oh, well, I'm not just falling off the wagon. I'm taking a flying leap right off that motherfucker. It has been a month and a half. So, yay.
A month and a half?
Yeah, I got alcohol delivered to me just for the show.
Oh.
I had my office decorated so that I could be seen on camera, but no.
Oh, I'll get you on camera soon enough. Just
yeah.
I wanted to do at least 2 sketches, so
yeah. So how's the show's been coming?
Fine. I mean, I get stuff done. That's all I really care about, you know.
Go ahead. Sorry.
One of these days, I'll actually pay attention to things, and you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be like that till the end of summer, where I lose track and don't make every show because I get busy out in the yard and I forget that it's 9:00 at night and it's still daytime, you know.
Yeah, I understand. I should have waited till this dried before I started.
Speaking of masks, my wife just delivered my alcohol with a mask on.
Oh, speaking of masks, I want to show you guys some of the masks my mom my mom made for this.
Yeah, who would have known you actually had something there? I really thought they were gonna die out, but you really need to do something like a here, come here.
Hey, Evan's here. Hey, Evan, how's it going?
Glow.
Okay, where's the camera at?
There's
Oh.
this.
Evan says, "Is Kodiak okay? He sounds cranky."
Your eyes are glowing like a demon.
They are very.
I'm
cool.
always cranky. I have 5 kids. Thank you.
So she hand delivered you some booze, huh?
Yep.
How awesome is that?
There was boobs too, but you had me off camera, so you missed that.
Oh no, I saw it. I'm just kidding. I didn't see nothing. Well, here, check this out. Let me show you some of the. What did I do with the pack? I picked my mom. Okay, so
Evan, what's up, dude?
So when my mom started making these masks, which I'm selling in the store, I originally told her, comic book related, right? And she started going a little crazy and did like Incredibles movie and Disney stuff, and that's fine. Now she's getting even crazier. She's just finding stuff that she thinks looks cool or looks cute that she thinks people would like. So let me show you some of the new masks she made for me. We've got, I'm going to highlight me, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, because I was about to. Oh, there, that works.
Lemons. I don't know why. She found
Always look like panties to me.
So, lemons.
Lemon panties.
Got ones that just say Marvel on them.
Do they have the actual filter in them already? Are they one-time use, washable?
No. These are all washable, but they don't have a filter in them. They've got two layers of cotton with interfacing in the inside, so that if you wash them, they'll maintain their shape. So that's a cool thing. We got Captain America's shield. Which is nice.
Shield.
And then this is where we start to get a little fun.
I'll be right back. I'm listening. I'm
Curious George.
Uh-huh.
Curious George. Tonka trucks. This is like
Tonka doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. But she found this Tonka truck pattern. It actually says Tonka on it.
I would be like vintage. I would just label it vintage.
Yeah, the vintage, yeah. Let me see what else is here. There's this tan one that has just some red and blue. I don't know what it is. But then she's got some tan flags. Old Liberty. And then some red, white, and blue shields. So, yeah. You'd be surprised. You'd be utterly surprised what actually sells in the store. One day she gave me some, it was like calico cats. And she goes, yeah, they're fun. Give it a shot. And I sold out of them. So people like the calico cats, I guess. So my wife's cat is having a problem in the windowsill. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Baby, you okay?
Everybody sounds like this to me.
All right. What does your mask say?
Yeah, Richard's right. Only us. I wonder if I could get away. This is just a Halloween mask, but they didn't specify that it actually had to work. They just say wear your masks.
Well, I think they're more or less just wanting you not to breathe on people. They don't care if it doesn't really protect you from anything. That doesn't matter at all. Now, are your kids going back to school in the fall, or are they homeschooled?
We don't know yet.
I know we talked about that previously, but
yeah,
supposedly they're going to mandate that all the kids wear masks when they go back to school in the fall.
See, that's the thing. I got it. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah. Entertain the crowd, Andrew.
Oh, I'll entertain the crowd. All right. That's all I do here is entertain the crowd.
Make sure they get good sleep.
Halfling in the windowsill. Yeah, my
I couldn't even stand that for 5 seconds. How could you go all day with that thing? Damn.
What? The mask?
Mask, yeah. No, even worse than that. They're talking about they were showing pictures of. Apparently, there's some schools that are like year round, like they used to do here or whatever. And they're showing pictures of kids at lunch, like and in classrooms where it's like them, and then 2 tables away is another kid. for the first 6 months of my oldest life, I homeschooled him and was going to do that. But I realized I couldn't give him that interaction, that peer experience that comes with school. Now, not all of that is great, but some of it is a necessity. So if they go to school next year and they have to stay away from their peers anyway, it's kind of like, I didn't even think about the mask thing. It's just like they might as well stay home at least for 1 year.
Well, one of the things that my wife and I, we had talked about putting our son, who at the time he was like a little kid. He wasn't a big kid. He was a little kid, and he was scrawny and so forth. And we were debating on whether or not we should send him to a private school, because we were afraid public school would probably chew him up and spit him out. What?
Reed Richards.
Oh.
I don't know.
Women says, can you imagine how sex is going to work when you have to be 6 feet apart? It's going to be just like every other day for me. No,
I don't know, but according to my cocaine dealer, that the hookers they're booming lately.
Oh yeah,
they got a lot of business.
No more one night stands. Well, so we were trying to debate whether or not we were going to send him to public school or private school. We ended up sending him to a private school, and he did great there. And I feared that he would get picked on and beat up in a public school, because I went to a public school and got picked on, and and I'm glad he didn't. But the thing is, the difference between him and I is, when I went to school, I was a short little scrawny kid, and my kid is anything but short and scrawny. Yeah. People probably, even though he's a big old teddy bear, they probably wouldn't mess with him just because he's bigger than most of the kids.
No, that's not. No. I was the big kid. You get messed with more, especially when you're not allowed to fight back, like I wasn't.
Yeah. Well,
so
he did good, and he's got friends. I'm shocked he's got friends.
You remember, Jeff Davis? You ever heard of Jeff Davis Middle School?
That sounds familiar. Where's it at?
Probably because it's right on 103rd. It's the
okay.
103rd. Yeah, I had to endure that for too long of my life. I got jumped by like 6 or 7 kids, and
yeah, Avery's got stories of getting jumped in his neighborhood, and
so bad. And even though technically I did end up getting up and being able to rush at a kid, by the time that I fell down, like there was this tree in this hill, so I ended up just getting beat up. Never even got a punch off by the time they broke it up.
Right.
What really drove my dad crazy is I got suspended too. Didn't start the fight, didn't get a punch off. Didn't fight. I was jumped, but I got suspended for 2 weeks.
Yeah, Richard says, I was in private school until 3rd grade. Public school was a rude awakening. Mm-hmm. He says, I have a few stories as well. Yeah. Well, I think I was very lucky in the fact that I found the school I ended up graduating from, which was Douglas Anderson. It was an art school, and they very much had a zero tolerance for fighting. So if you got into a fight, you went back to your home school and you were kicked out of the school, and it was just done. Yeah. And so there was never any fight. Now, it wasn't to say there weren't bullies. When I was in 11th grade, there was a girl I was infatuated with, and her ex-boyfriend kind of targeted me, and he was a tall, skinny guy and was very much bigger than I was. And he got in my face a few times, but nothing ever happened. And then I met the woman who would be my wife, and I never thought about him again. So turns out he did some time in jail for beating his girlfriend's ex-husband with a baseball bat.
That just reminded me. This year, one of the main kids that jumped me, he was on Channel 4. He had beaten his girlfriend to death or something. It's the same guy, and he was like, it's like, because I knew him throughout the whole year, so I knew him well. And when it showed up, I'm like, he looks like the same kid, only 40. Like you drew, like you're an artist, like you drew him as a kid and then put a couple wrinkles on him. Like he looked exactly the same. Like people won't recognize me if they seen me from when I was a kid, other than maybe the red hair. They might go,
Right.
"Hey, do I know that guy?" You know, but him, he was exactly the same. And I was like, well, I wonder if this is karma.
Evan says he's got 6 streams going right now. He says, "What the H are you all talking about?" Oh, we're just chit-chatting now. But we're getting ready to look at some comics if you want to look at some comics with me. Kodiak, you up for that? Richard says, multitasking again, Evan. Are you up for looking at some comics?
He's got 6 streams up. 5 of them are Pornhub. So
does Pornhub do streaming? I have no idea.
I don't know. Yes. Maybe he's got a OnlyFans account. Maybe he's the one streaming.
He's the one that's streaming. Yeah. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. All right, hold on a second. Let me grab a stack. Ugh.
That's what she said.
Yep. All right. Check it out. We got some issues here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Are you serious? Are you leaving me?
No Life Shack's got a new video. I gotta go. I'm just kidding.
What?
Never mind.
All right. Check out some new books. This is not a big stack, so we'll go through it pretty quickly. This is Doctor Doom number 3. This is actually just like recent. This just recently came out. Got Salvador LaRocca art, which, sometimes is pretty good. But I haven't heard anything about this series. I don't know if it's any good. What the? You see?
Wow, that was random. I've never seen that before.
What, a damn cat go running across my table? Where's that spray bottle? Hold on.
So it was a gray cat, so it's only half bad luck.
No, that's my wife's cat. Oh, just nailed him in the... I got him with the water bottle. Told my wife, check this out. It's got his name on it. Benji. So my water bottle literally has his name on it. All right. Back to the comics. Copy of Doctor Doom number 3. Very cool. This is... I don't know if you were ever following this, but do you remember right after Infinite Crisis where they killed Batman? Supposedly he went back in time and he's like making his way back through the ages, and they did a 5-part series called The Return of Bruce Wayne, and each issue was like a different time period. Like this period is pirates, of course, but the inside art is by Yannick Paquet, which is gorgeous. Absolutely love his stuff. But if you've ever seen or ever imagined Batman as a pirate, this is the story for you. And there's several different ones of these, and I think I have a couple of them. We got a copy of Bone number 17. This is the original from Cartoon Books, not the reprint from Image Comics, which is very cool. I actually found several of these, so I'm looking forward to putting these together. We got Kurt Busiek's Astro City. This is, I think this is volume 2. Let me double check. Well, maybe it's volume 1. I'll have to... I'm not 100% sure, but this is Brent Anderson and Alex Ross doing the covers and the designs. Astro City was always pretty good, but this is one of the early issues, number 2.
There you go.
I think I may have found a second one of these because I think I already talked about this one, but this is the John Byrne Man of Steel. This is issue number 5. It was the only one I was missing. So
I had like 6, the first 6 of those. I think his run.
Well, what is it? This was a 6-issue limited series, so
right, yeah. So I had all 6 of them. I think I still do.
Do you remember Wizard magazine? Do you remember Wizard? This is like one of those
cutting off my arm and asking me if I remember my arm.
This is one of those special editions that came with Wizard magazine. This one is for.
Hey, put that aside for me. I'm serious.
I will put it aside for you. That's not a problem. Awesome. And here's another Wizard magazine special. This is the Wizard 1/2 of Kurt Busiek's Astro City. And this one actually came with a certificate of authenticity. So I don't remember if this one did or not.
So was the story good or just the art of Astro City?
The art's pretty good. I mean, Brett Anderson is a decent artist. I mean, he's not Alex Ross, of course, but he's pretty decent. So. Yeah, the story was good. The art was good. The designs and the covers were all good. It was, I would say Astro City is up there with, independent comics as one of the better ones, you know.
And it was an homage to like Silver Age, right?
Oh, very much so. Well, that's kind of Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross's, playground is the Silver Age stuff. We got another cut. This is Bone number 20, also from Cartoon Books, which is very nice. We got a copy number 3 of Godzilla in Hell.
Astronaut Evan is moving to Mars.
He is.
Mhm.
That's so sad. This one's just got a lot of Godzilla stuff in it, which is cool. Got an early issue of Warlord. This is issue number 21. Very nice, very nice.
So what was he? What was he? Was he a Conan rip, or did he predate Conan, or is he?
Actually, the storyline is he was a Air Force pilot that went into another world, and
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of like he went into a Conan the Barbarian world, but he was a modern man from our age.
Almost like Gore.
Gore?
You don't know Gore?
I don't know Gore.
Oh, Gore is a very popular.
Is it the rock band or
no, not Gwar.
Gwar. Okay. Well, then I don't know what you're talking about.
Gorr. Gore. It's a very popular book. Yeah.
All right. This is number 2 of the Return of Bruce Wayne with art by Fraser Irving. This is, I guess he's in the Puritan age,
Yeah.
At this point in the story. I like the cover, though. Andy Kubert. Got witches in the background and everything. Nice. Random issue of Invincible, issue number 84. I'm fairly certain I don't already have this one, so this is cool.
How do you feel about that cover? Do you like it when they do stuff like that?
I mean, if it works for the story inside, it's okay, but it's boring and undynamic. But I mean, if it has relevance for the interior, then maybe it might work out well, Mm-hmm. Ooh, check this out. I don't know if you've ever seen this. This is a Punisher POV.
Oh yeah, I love the POVs. I have a couple
4-issue series, with
right?
Jim Starlin and Bernie Wrightson. Yes.
I don't have that one. I might get that one from you.
This is issue number 4.
I'll just go to the store and look for it though.
You're just gonna have to go to the store.
Do you have all 4 of them?
Nope, this is the only one I have. At least the only one I know I have. I'd have to double check.
Oh God, why? See, this is why Avery hates.
Okay. Now listen. The guy who did the art in this book, who also was doing the art on the New Mutants, is Luciano Vecchio, who I really like his art. I think his art is great. It's really good. He does really good characters. He does story. You can tell what's going on. I mean, it's great stuff. Yeah. But he's stuck on a book that nobody likes. But
I don't know. I mean, I could do something with that book and those characters.
Death, Time of Your Life, number 3. I think.
Wait, well, hold on. The theory would be pay respects to you, like when Bruce Timm was told he must kill Bruce Wayne, and he's like, "Hell no, I'm not doing that. Hell no, I'm not doing that." This is what this generation of artists have not learned. You can do all these characters. You can do them well. You just have to respect the source material. My kids would love Ironheart. I guarantee you all that stuff, they'd be like, ooh, if it was done right. Once they find out Tony Stark is dead or she took him they don't care anymore, because they disrespected the source.
Right.
It's so simple. People make it more difficult than it is. Anyways, moving on. Sorry. That was my rant. That was my tirade.
Good. I'm glad it's over. We got another issue of Death, The Time of Your Life. This is issue number 3 of 3. I'm working on another bundle set. So I think the 2 bundle sets I put together of these already sold in the store. So if I can find more, that only means, we got the Virgin cover for Red Hood and the Outlaws, number 36, part of the Year of the Villains.
I kind of like that because Cubby.
Yeah, me too.
He just played the game with that in there. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Red Hood's actually the Jason Todd version of Red Hood. Actually, is a cool looking character.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something for you. It's Iceman number 4, the original limited series, which, by the way, has some really good art in it. But this is back before he found out the secret of his life and runs around in his underwear a lot. I guess we should have seen it coming, to be honest with you. Here's a issue of Drax number 1 with the variant cover by Scotty Young. Says, let's face it, the only thing funny about you is there's
Wait a
nothing
minute.
funny about you.
I did see it coming. I said way back in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends that he's always hanging around with the girls, but he's never making his move. He's always like, "Oh, Peter, you're so silly."
He in one of the in X Factor, he was dating a girl for a long time.
Yeah.
So, all right, part of the Amalgam Comics is Bat Thing, which is a cross between Man Thing and Man Bat, which the idea of that actually does sound kind of cool.
But it wasn't. I guarantee. I have that book somewhere, and I remember that whole thing. There was so much hype to it, and it was so forgettable.
Well, that's why it was only a one shot. So,
Yep.
We have Flash from the
I
Rebirth
still have-
era.
I still have the Speed Demon.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
This is Flash from the Rebirth era, number 34. Very cool. This is one I remember hearing about, but never actually picking up. It's DC Universe Last Will and Testament. I think the story involved G-Force and that he was dying or something. And this was like his farewell. I'll have to actually read it to find out if it actually happens. But it's got Adam Kubert and Joe Kubert on art, so that's actually kind of cool.
Joe in the chat says Happy Pride Month.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Iceman number 2 from that same limited series.
Mhm.
In the clutches
Speaking
of
of which.
Holly. All right. Punisher Armory number 7. I'm actually putting together a bundle set of these because I found a whole crap load of them. Do you know there's actually 10 issues in this series? And they weren't monthly. They just came out every now and then, you know?
I have those digitally because I thought, hey, I don't want to keep up space for these. But dude, there's a lot of weaponry in that book. They spent a lot of time just drawing.
Oh yeah.
Look at the price on that gun, though. I mean, look at the price of that Punisher Armory.
Yeah, I don't think they're worth very much of anything. So
No. Look at the price of it when it was on the stands.
$2.
$2. I'd still buy them again. I love those things. They're kind of the Punisher's version of like you know, the Marvel character sheet, whatever that book was.
Oh, Marvel Universe. Yeah.
I loved seeing his weapons.
Well, I like the ones where it showed you his fighting techniques. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But they did that like in the back of the annuals, so that's completely different from the Armory. But we've got Walking Dead number 136. We got, I wanted to show this with Avery and Todd on. Is this not the absolute worst cover you've probably ever seen in your life?
It's on my list.
Yeah, this is Champions number 1, the variant edition. This is the Comic Book Legal Defense Fund charity, I guess, cover. This,
God, every time I look at it, it keeps getting worse.
I can't explain what this is.
In space or underwater.
It's bagged. It was polybagged when it came out, so I'm not sure if there was a reason for it. There's like, I don't know why it's polybagged.
That wins every argument. When people go,
Right.
Marvel ain't that bad, you can be like, you win here, slap it down, win an argument.
We're gonna open this up to see what's in it because I don't know. There's got to be something good in it to make it worth buying, you know? Because there's like it's a backboard, but it might have something printed on it. It better have something on it that makes it worth it. It's just a plain cardboard backboard. I can't believe it. Oh well.
When this segment is done, you're gonna have some catching up to do on the chat.
Okay.
The chat exploded, but no, they're talking about this right now because this is. Well, I mean,
It's a horrible looking cover.
who signs off on these things?
Wait a minute. Who does it say who did the cover? I think okay, wait a minute. You got Alex Ross, Mark Brooks, Christopher Tyler, or John Tyler Christopher, Jay Foglett, Razum, Art Adams, and Jason Keefe, Mike Huddleston, Matt Wagner, and Scotty Young. I don't know who did this one.
Which Hulk is that? Who is that? Is that Hulk?
That's Gogurt Hulk. That's Amadeus Cho Hulk. And he's like doing a belly flop on top of the rest of the characters who are doing a pyramid. I don't get this at all.
Wow.
There's just you can't take your eyes away how bad it is.
That I would have never in a million years thought that was Hulk. I thought it was like some other character. Like,
Hey, check it out. It's Ren and Stimpy number 3.
to tell you the honest truth, I thought it was a rip on the old. Remember Aspen Comics? What was their main squeeze? What was his? She was underwater.
Fathom.
Do you remember the green version of her? Fathom.
No.
Yeah, before that, that's why I always wondered why not Dark Horse, but Image was allowed to do that, because there was an underground character that had nothing to do with Michael Turner, and she was green and she looked like that.
This is a guy, not a girl.
I know. Yeah, I know. She looked like that.
Oh, that's disturbing. All right, back to the comics. We're almost done. Ren and Stimpy, the Ren and Stimpy show number 3.
Hey, you're running with theme.
I actually found a couple of these. I found a couple of these, and I know somebody was asking about them, so now I have them. Do you remember?
Yes.
The Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, this is Don Perlin did the interior art.
This is the book why I got pissed when they first started toying with turning Beast gay. And then when they fell on Iceman, I'm like, yeah, well, go with him, because I grew up on this one, The Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. Well, this is a Bill Sienkiewicz cover, Crazy Uncle Bill cover. It's not that great, but okay. Oh, and here's another one of those Return of Bruce Wayne's. This is issue number 1 of the series. This has interior art by Chris Sprouse, which is absolutely fantastic. But this has him back in like the caveman days, which is very cool. I like that costume idea.
Is it cool?
It is cool. Here's another one of those Beauty and the Beast. This is issue number 4 of the 4-issue limited series. So that was still Crazy Uncle Bill.
So did Bill do the issue with the very first master mold of X-Men? Because that's what that looks like.
No, I believe that was either Silvestri or Walter Simonson. So
might be a Simonson, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was too early to be Silvestri.
We have an old Adventure Comics. This is issue number 475 from the 50-cent era day. This is 1980. All right. This one might be worth a little bit of money, but it's a nice looking comic. It's got Plastic Man in it, so there you go. And then last but not least, an issue number 1 of Star Wars Adventures featuring Rey on the cover. And also has a Tales from Wild Space featuring Obi-Wan Kenobi. You gotta have comics for kids, so it's always a good thing. Actually, I like this version of Rey. You know, it's the kind of animated style to it.
Rey didn't have to suck; they just made her suck.
Well, the comic.
Rey had a cool design. She could have been a cool character.
Well,
I mean, when I first watched that first movie, I was like, okay. They made her suck.
All right. Well, needless to say, all these comics will be bagged and boarded in the store this weekend, except for a few that I'm going to put aside for Kodiak. So,
yeah.
All right.
All the ones with Rey in it.
Yes.
All right. You got to catch up with chat because it seems to be very entertaining tonight.
Okay. Let me switch cameras and we'll catch up on the chat. See how far back do I need to go?
Oh, wow. Way back.
Okay.
Right. You got to go back to Tonka is for Boomers.
Oh, that was a while back.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's see what's going on here. Tonka is for Boomers. That was Richard. Then Richard says, harfing in the windowsill.
What is that?
Can you imagine how sexy? Okay, we read that one. No more one night stands. Then he says, I was in private school until the 3rd grade. Yep, I remember that. I have a few stories as well. Yep. We've got 6. Evan said he had 6 streams going. Man, wouldn't that be really sad if he was going to the bathroom? Kodiak, you're looking at me like you didn't get the joke.
No, I didn't. But you drive me to drink, so it's okay.
He says, what the hell are you talking about? Yep. I remember that. Multitasking again, Evan. Yep. Then Richard says, or are they streaming on him?
Ew! Whoa, dude, Richard Savage.
He is. Evan, astronaut Evan, which I think is a new Evan. He says, "I'm moving to Mars," and Richard says, "I'm from Uranus." He says, "Man, I love bone." Oh yes, that's what she said.
Savor it.
This is-
Savor it.
This is definitely-
Could you imagine if you had made that joke when he wrote it 10 hours ago?
I'm gonna have to clip this as Andrew and Kodiak read the chat an hour later.
The bleep show.
Yep. Richard is appropriating my culture, says astronaut Evan. Richard says, "Shouldn't leave your culture in the dish in a dish, Evan." That's a pretty good pun. Says, "Rick would sue you if he were here." Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you, Richard. Rip Rick. Why? What happened to Rick? I'm sure he's still around. Gore was very, very good. I love the Gore series. Says the Gore movie was cheesy as all get out.
Birthday?
What?
Evan
I
said
don't
it's Cross's birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, if it is, we'll have to wish him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to. Oh, we can't. We'll get.
Yeah. Don't get my. Yeah.
He's a jolly good. Oh, they did that one too. No. Happy birthday is now in the public domain. I forgot about that. They got sued and had to drop it. Yeah. it's in the
Really?
public. You can say it.
Very interesting. Okay. Richard said Riri sucks. I guess that was when we were talking about Ironheart.
Fight me, Richard.
That's right. The Source died, and then Stan Lee died. Now, Marvel's beyond repair at this point. Let it die.
For a 90-year-old guy, he picked a good time to die. He was just like, you know what? I had a good run. I don't have to see all this mess.
No, but I think if you remember, they started using him as a prop.
Yeah.
And so maybe dying at a good time, that I don't think that was necessarily the truthful thing.
Wow.
I mean, once they start using you as a prop, you've gone beyond your time. At least I think that's what it means. Joe says hi. Richard says hi, Joe. Joe says happy Pride Month. Richard says, what are you proud about? And then that's cringy as hell, that cover is. Yep. They talk about the cover. Yeah. That's a good one. We may have to go back to it. Oh, geez. Mark Wade's involved.
It's so cringy, it should become somebody's avatar.
He says, no wonder it sucks. Nighthawk Warrior says, wow. It says, it's Soy Hulk. Hulk swish. How is everybody, Nighthawk Warrior? Oh, we're good. We're good. All right, hold on a second. I just lost where we were. Wait. I lost where we were at. I jumped ahead. Let's see. How's everyone? It says, well, not all of these comics are in this stack are decent. He says, well, not all of these comics in the stack are decent. Yeah, I really do pick a variety of stuff. I mean, that's just, And then Humphrey Bears here says, peace out, guys. Oh, I guess he left. That happens. Nighthawk Warrior says hi to Humphrey. Nighthawk Warrior says, this isn't over. I guess we were still going. Soy Wars. I know what he's referring there. Okay. And then, so Misfit Corner Comics, where's Groot? Oh, did you guys not see my Groot drawing? My little Groot sketch I did? Yeah, just a little fun sketch. Somebody will get it. Evan says, Andrew. Nighthawk Warrior says, wow. Nighthawk Warrior says, hey, Evan. Evan says, can't get a birthday shout out from my bud Cross Comics. Oh, definitely.
Yep.
We'll have to entice you all with our melodious voices singing happy birthday to him at the end of this stream. Hello, Nighthawk, says Evan. Says, happy birthday, Cross Comics, says Nighthawk. Richard says, if Evan pisses 6 streams, that would be the major accomplishment. It would be.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh! Wow, I would be very jealous of Evan. Oh, I don't know
Either
if I'd be
that
jealous.
or he's got something like the.
He's got some.
If you're pissing 6 streams, you're clapping a little. You got to clap. Not good.
Oh yeah.
There's a little crust on the end. You pissing, hitting your nose, like damn, what the fuck? Hate when that happens.
That was one of the things where you find out when you have children that baby boys can shoot straight up.
Yeah,
It's a fact, and
yeah,
and they usually giggle and laugh while they do it.
yeah.
So
If you haven't been peed on, you're not a father.
every father has had that experience. Yep.
By the third kid, I was like, I could set people up though. See, yeah.
All right.
It was dangerous. He's ready. Oh, isn't he cute? Pow.
All right. D's here. D says, Kodiak, your mic looks like a spaceship. Oh, that's his God, what is it called? I have the same one.
It's called
A snowball.
no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's called the.
It's a
damn it.
snowball.
No, it's
It
not.
is. It
It's
is.
a Death Star.
It's not a Death Star. It's white. It's not a Death Star.
No,
It's a
that's just the
snowball.
shine. It's the black light. It's in this. The Death Star was white. It just in the vacuum of space. Blah 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 bullshit. Vacuum of space.
Bullshit. All right, let's finish reading some of these.
Okay.
Nighthawk Warrior says, I'm great today, Evan. I'm currently drawing. Well, very cool. Birthday song is public domain. Very good. Then we will sing it. Sing. We will. Sing for Rick. We will.
What if it's
Also-
not his? What if it's not his birthday? And we just got had. Then we got
Hey.
one up for this year.
His birthday is going to come eventually.
Yeah.
Hey, if you think about it, no matter when his birthday is, if we wish him happy birthday today, we're either too late or we're early. If we're not on time, then we're late or we're early. And only friends would care about you after or before. So if it's not, then we still care. Also, someone clip this and send it to Rick. Yes, we can do that. I think they killed Stan Lee, says Nighthawk Warrior. Possibly. I have to agree with that, Nighthawk Warrior.
Dark.
It's Rick
Hey,
Piper's
it's Steve.
birthday. Yeah, he was here earlier. He said he's the one that said your microphone looked like a spaceship.
Oh,
I'm glad you're paying attention.
my brain cells are dying.
Rick
Cheers.
Stanley. Stan Lee was the greatest writer ever in comics history. I would agree he was one of the greatest writers in comics.
He was the greatest hype
For-
man in all of comics.
For the comic medium, he was one of the greats.
He was a good hype man, and he was a good for his time period. So yeah, innovator,
That's true too.
standard maker, bar setter. Sure.
Richard says, on a more serious note, guys, I hope you all had a good Father's Day. I did. I had a very nice Father's Day. I worked at the store and made money.
I
What
gotta
did you do?
never mind. Oh, I just censored the shit out of myself. I should have said that, but I'm not gonna.
Says, I've been pissed on a few times, not always from my sons.
I'm really glad I didn't make the joke I was gonna make. Not a segue.
I'm trying to remember.
Richard.
I'm trying to remember if I had that same issue with my daughter. I probably did. But I blocked it. Did I ever tell you the story? Okay, I got a story to tell you.
What?
I got a story. Nighthawk Warrior says Kodiak is funny. Yeah, he's funny looking. My ex always said I was too early. Evan says we need an official ruling on whether or not people grinding up mummies and eating them is attack on me personally. I don't think it's attack on you personally unless you personally take it as an attack on you. Think about that. Nighthawk Warrior says, wow. He says that a lot. And then Evan says, ! Stop cannibalizing mummies. And then Dillard's here says, are Are you going to have Mulroney on to talk Florida Man? I did see when I went to send out the invitations. I did see that he sent me a message through Twitter, which you guys know I barely ever go there. So I will reach out to him and we'll see. We'll get something going there. The Nighthawk Warrior says, sounds great. And he says he's been trying to contact you. I know, but I don't go to Twitter except to send out the invites for the show. All right. No. So needless to say, I want to tell this quick story.
I just threw a tantrum on all social media. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. So I'm not saying I'm gone. I'm just saying
I think
I needed a break.
I think Twitter is a horrible, horrible thing.
Facebook is just bad. And so I was just like done.
Do you remember when there was a movie theater off of Bay Meadows Road that was a dollar theater? It's now like a Gold's Gym. It's been redone into a Gold's Gym, but it used to be a dollar theater. It was right behind. There was a comic book store there in that shopping center, but there was a movie theater behind it, and it was a dollar theater. Right. And one day, me and the wife took the kids, and this is when they were still in car seats. Okay, so they were young, and we left the theater. We got in the car. We were going to go get something to eat, and I need to run by the ATM real quick, get some cash, and of course, the boy says, I got to go to the bathroom after we've left the theater. We've already left the theater and we're like, okay,
this is going to be one of those stories.
You're just going to, I said, you just tell him, just hold it until we get to the restaurant. Okay. We're going to go someplace. We're going to eat. But let me stop and get cash first. I pulled up to the ATM and it's one of these ones where it's by the side of the bank. So I had to get out of the car and I had to walk over to the ATM. And I got out of the car. I walked around the car. I went up to the ATM. I stuck my card in and I looked over into the car and my son was in the back seat behind my wife, and all I saw was pee going up into the air. And I'm like, what the hell's going on in the car? So I get over there. My wife is getting out of the car, and she's like, I tried. She's crying, laughing. She's holding a Gatorade bottle. She says, I told him to pee in the Gatorade bottle, but he couldn't. And he peed all over the back seat of the car.
Women don't know.
Women
don't know.
He pulled it out and went all over the back of the car.
You have to put a chamber. You have to put a hole to let the air escape.
You have
any guy. Oh man.
She just assumed that he had the control that an adult male would have, and he was probably 5. And mom said, take it out. And he took it out and just let it go all over the back seat of the car. So needless to say, we did not go to dinner. We went straight home where we cleaned everybody up. But yeah, I remember just looking over from the ATM and just seeing this like stream of going up in the back seat of the car and knowing exactly what happened. Damn woman.
Wait, what does Evan eat? Ew.
All right, hold on a second. He says, D says, what does mummies taste like? Evan says, you should probably have Dillard on at the same time to mask the snoring. Oh, jeez, that's bad. Evan, that's funny.
That's what happens. He goes to fall asleep and he hits the off button.
Let's see. Nighthawk kicked me out of the message group. He put me in without asking. Uh-oh. Rude. Richard says, I've never been called a mummy fracker. And then Richard says, drive around with a mobile fountain.
You got to get a new, it's starting to buzz. It's like it'll go away, but your connection's starting to get so bad.
With my mic?
Buzz. Yeah.
Let me unplug it and plug it back in. Hold on.
Oh, no, it's fine now. Oh.
Plugging it and unplugging it in. That usually works.
Cleaning.
Eating mummies seems like a way of getting superpowers. Ooh, it does, doesn't it? So this is psychological scarring for your kid, and all of us are worse off for hearing about it. Oh, my son's heard this story numerous times. Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, but he didn't know that today he would wake up and Dad put it all over the internet,
I didn't say which one of my kids it was.
You have a son and a daughter.
Shut up. And I've mentioned their names before numerous times. So I was thinking that too, D. And then I'm using it as my hair manga. Oh, hair manga. Good God. Oh, so So what's new and happening with you, Kodiak? Anything you want to talk about?
So no.
So don't tell the other guys that I'm going to do the unicorn cakes. We'll do that Friday
Jesus Christ.
when more of them get here. Yeah, that'll be great.
I
That'll
will
be-
like run. So the unicorn turds.
Cakes, pound cakes.
It is told. Show it again. Show it
Strawberry
again. Ask everybody who's still here. Turds. Unicorn turds.
Unicorn sparkling
Turds.
strawberry cakes.
Turds.
Oh my gosh, guess what it's got on the back? A sparkling unicorn mask that you can cut out.
Happy
and
Gay
make-
Pride Month, guys. Good night.
Oh, is it really?
What?
We're almost through June. Why am I just now hearing this?
Yeah, I know. I've heard it. Yeah.
First I heard, oh well.
You know, riots and your city's burning down. Maybe they were a little bit distracted.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Mhm.
It's a horror hair mage about this woman trying to eat a mummy named Evan Hotep, no relation. It says Evan. That's what his comic's about. It says, got to lick the frosting off before you eat. Got to lick the frosting off it before you eat. Oh, I will.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
When done right.
Oh, so check this out. My wife has
Wait.
a particular type of donut.
Oh, Kodiak. What the fuck, man? Oh.
My wife, there's a particular donut that my wife likes. She likes the one with the Bavarian cream in it. And the ones I buy usually have
So
chocolate.
grossed out by what I said, and then you said she likes the one with banana.
So for some reason, she sometimes will scrape the chocolate, the fudge off of the top of it because it's too rich for her, which I understand. That's fine. But then she leaves this pile of just fudge frosting in the box. And you can't walk past that and not say, I'm going to have some of that.
Oh my god! I disavow.
Oh, I was talking about my life.
He doesn't celebrate Gay Pride Month. He is Gay Pride.
I was telling my future boss about my podcast, about my live streams. He said, "Oh, send me a link." I said, thank God I haven't sent him a link yet.
No, yeah. Can't do that.
Just so bad.
This
Just
is how
so
people
bad.
get fired.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Not everybody who gets canceled gets picked up by and blows up.
Yeah. Well, we're not trying to do either. We're not trying to get canceled. All right. Well, guys, hey, we're gonna wrap up for this evening. I appreciate everybody coming by and checking it out. If you have an opportunity, please go and subscribe to MCC2. That is my second channel where I clip and put some of the funnier stuff on it. And there's also a series of really good scam calls that I'll be posting on there all week. So what are you doing?
I'm scratching my white balls.
Oh my God. On that note, guys, we're going to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody coming by. Evan, Hugh. Hey, Hugh, how's it going? Richard, everybody. D.
Oh, we still got one thing to do.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
You ready? On the count of three. 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rick.
Comics awesomeness.
Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
And many more.
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by. We'll catch y'all next time.
Good night, y'all.